because Trump is a fascist, he's a racist, he's been accused of rape, he wants to bring us into World War III, and he's just overall a terrible president.
Okay, what has he done that's racist or fascist so far?
Ignore this woman. She is trying to make a video to make you look stupid. Do not answer any of her questions. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So he has to give a public notice for no one to talk to me or answer my questions when I'm just asking very basic questions like, what has he done that's racist? What has he done that's fascist? Very basic questions. Hi, why are you protesting Trump?
Are we? Absolutely. For a lot of different reasons, starting with the environment.
From day one, my administration has made it a top priority to ensure that America is among the very cleanest air and cleanest water on the planet. We want the cleanest air. We want crystal clean water. And that's what we're doing, and that's what we're working on so hard.
Iran.
Iranian protesters thank President Trump and the American people.
President Trump offering support to the Iranian people. My administration will continue to stand with you.
Children in cages.
The White House will ask for more than $2 billion to handle a surge of more than 50,000 children without parents. For now, they're being housed in overflow shelters.
Do not send your children to the borders. If they do make it, they'll get sent back.
Those cages that were shown, I think they were very inappropriate. President Obama had child separation. I'm the one that stopped it.
But do you know that many of those policies were implemented previously under Obama? At one point, Bill Clinton, the Democrats, they were always very pro, protecting the border,
Absolutely.
legal immigration.
Absolutely.
So how is it different than what they've done?
We need to do it the right way. They didn't put kids in cages, separate them from their parents.
Okay. But those policies started under Obama.
I agree, and not caging.
Overflow shelters.
You're right.
Yeah,
there
not
has to
caging.
be immigration laws, and they have to be followed. It's
But
true.
we have to put a policy in where people can come in the right way. There is no policy for that.
President Trump says he's considering whether to release illegal immigrants in detention onto the streets of so-called sanctuary cities.
California certainly is always saying, we want more people, and they want more people in their sanctuary cities. Well, we'll give them more people. We can give them a lot. We can give them an unlimited supply.
I think he's a racist.
Members of the group called Black Voices for Trump say the president's policies are continuing Dr. King's legacy and improving their community.
Chase, Lily Ramos Pozadik, and Jose Perez are Hispanic members of Donald Trump's National Diversity Coalition.
This is a celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month, right?
Can you tell us what racist thing Trump has said?
Oh, yeah. Just knocking the man with the disability. He was on stage when he did that.
Well, that's not a racist thing.
That's not a racist thing? Mocking somebody
it's in the same.
handicapped?
Well, I know, but I asked you if you could tell us about some of the racial things he's done or said. And as far as the handicap thing, you know that he's done that with multiple people that don't have disabilities.
Awful. He's awful. Okay. I think he's horrible. He's a horrible example for this country.
Do you think that the fires in Australia were happening because of climate change?
Yeah, I do.
Bushfires have been are a part of the landscape right across southeast Australia, including the Canberra region.
There have been fires in Australia in the past, but never this bad.
They've been occurring for thousands of years.
Yes.
And it's a lot of the atmosphere is kind of crumbling.
The sky is falling, Your Majesty. I'll save you. Come on, you'll be safe in here. Ha ha ha, you fools! The sky never falls. Ha ha!
Do you think it's possible that there's people that are actually going and setting these fires?
There's no way. I don't think that one singular person could start a fire that has killed 500 million animals.
At least 24 people have been charged in New South Wales over deliberately lighting some of the fires that have devastated vast parts of Australia.
Did you hear about that?
Actually, no, but I'm pretty impressed with a person who could light all of Australia on fire, pretty much. So when you show me that,
Australian police say they have charged more than 180 people for offences related to the ongoing bushfires. 24 people were arrested for arson.
How would climate change light it on fire?
There are fires every year in Australia because of the heat, and the atmosphere is making it worse because the air is so dry, and like the planet, it doesn't have the amount of greenery it has. It has more greenhouse gases, which are very flammable. And like the planet, it doesn't have the amount of greenery it has.
According to a new NASA study based on satellite data, the planet's green leaf area has increased by 5% due to factors such as human land use management and climate change. The two countries also happen to be home to some of the regions most impacted by pollution. How have they managed to grow their green areas despite their respective challenges?
It's certainly true that more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere increases plant growth.
When you increase carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere, it turns out that plants grow, crops are more productive 15 to 30% more. Carbon dioxide actually is a good thing.
ARGA is driving growth in the agricultural sector by adding carbon dioxide to increase production capacity.
Greenhouse gases, which are very flammable.
So we're going to start a fire now and see if we can put it out using some carbon dioxide. Okay? And use carbon dioxide to put it out.
It's sparking the fire. It's sparking the fire.
What has he done that's fascist?
Well, first of all, like all dictators and fascists, he says not to believe the press.
As Harvard University, the Shorenstein Center, the Kennedy School, which I'm a proud alum, showed that there is overwhelmingly negative press coverage, something in 90% plus negative press coverage of President Trump.
What's wrong with the president being critical of the press?
Because he's only critical of mainstream media. Yeah. He's never critical of anything that actually has facts.
Because
he's never critical of anything that actually has facts. But I do think it's outrageous how they get to not pay any income tax. Amazon, Netflix, that's ridiculous.
President Trump attacked Amazon on Twitter today, saying that the company, quote, pays little or no taxes to state and local governments.
And Trump's tax cuts only help the wealthy.
Employment has been improved dramatically, and I think real wages have been increased substantially from the tax bill. So I'm very pleased with the results, and I look forward to a lot longer increases in prosperity from that tax bill.
It's very hard to beat an incumbent when the economy is this good.
So you do acknowledge that he's done good for the economy and for jobs?
Well, actually, no, I don't.
You just did.
The economy is strong, but I think that's cyclical.
And I think that if anyone were to assert that the capital spending boom that we're seeing right now was a continuation of the trend that President Trump inherited, then, well, they wouldn't get a high grade in graduate school for that assertion.
I think the economy's good right now, but I think he inherited a lot of that.
So when you hear right now folks taking credit for this economic miracle, it's like, hold up.
The blue, again, shows a clear downward trajectory in billions of dollars, and then that trajectory reversed itself completely when President Trump was elected.
They act like it just started. Please.
I think he inherited a lot of that from Barack Obama.
If you were going to assert that the current good news is just the extension of a recent trend, then you'd just simply be factually incorrect.
Hold
Where do you get your sources for news?
I watch all sorts of news. I do watch CNN, I watch NBC.
The Washington Post, the New York Times.
Do you trust what they say?
I do.
Okay, so there they go, chants. Lock him up. They're chanting now. What do you think about President Trump donating his salary, his presidential salary, to the veterans?
He steals more than he donates.
I think it's a farce. I think even though he does it, I think that's a drop in the bucket. I don't think millionaires should run the country. I don't think we should have an oligarchy.
What about the DACA deals that he was trying to push? I mean, the Democrats didn't reciprocate there at all, and he was offering amnesty to those DACA recipients. Do you wish that the Democrats would have extended an olive branch there and given amnesty to the DACA recipients?
I think now you're getting a little angled on your position.
We're getting off
I really don't
subject
want to
here.
talk about
Yeah, I
that.
don't want. I'm done.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Remember, I'm listener supported, so please go to InfoWarsStore.com to support my work. Take advantage of some of the great deals and the great products we have available so you can both help take care of your own health and help us fight the info war. You can also go to Millie Weaver on Subscribestar to support me directly if you choose to. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to give you my next video.
How to get banned from social media. In 3, 2, 1. The big tech giants want you to stop spreading the coronavirus. Wait a minute, let me rephrase that. The big tech giants want you to stop spreading unfounded conspiracy theories rejected by the establishment mainstream media. And that means the first casualty of the coronavirus is the truth.
Aren't you interested to know what they don't want you to know? You ought to be.
It is a weapon system.
This is a violation of the Geneva Convention. This is a crime against humanity.
The WHO is up to its eyeballs in biological warfare research.
That's the whole purpose of biological warfare. And they've been caught doing it.
In the latest effort to control the narrative and prevent the outbreak of real, unbiased investigative journalism, the big tech giants are now targeting independent news outlets, or anyone for that matter, who is going against the mainstream and presenting solid evidence that the coronavirus might be a man-made biological weapon developed and manufactured in communist China.
But if you talk about any of this stuff, they'll shut you down on Twitter, on Facebook.
Now get this. Recently, YouTube announced that they were approached by Newsweek, who requested that they delete all the YouTube channels that were just flagged by Newsweek for posting videos about the coronavirus they don't want you to see. YouTube's response? Swift action, of course. They quickly deleted all the video channels flagged by Newsweek magazine as inappropriate, which included the remaining InfoWars proxy channels and the powerful conspiracy empire Natural News. Within hours, Twitter joined in on the purge and slapped down a permanent ban on Zero Hedge for publishing coronavirus conspiracy theories. We'll have none of that.
Twitter has banned the site Zero Hedge from its platform after Zero Hedge published an article that linked a Chinese scientist to the virus outbreak.
Both actions by YouTube and Twitter to delete this information and kill the messenger has been enthusiastically celebrated by the tattletale gatekeepers over at Newsweek. After all, a global pandemic of human origin, infecting tens of thousands of people, accompanied by a massive government cover-up, that's not a news story. In fact, according to Big Tech, that's none yet.